Good day, and here we have the one and only expansion pack for F.E.A.R 2. Now this is a very interesting game, much more interesting than F.E.A.R 2 itself, and that's because you get to play as a clone trooper. You get to experience the game world from your enemy's perspective. But in so doing, this game has no pretensions to horror whatsoever. Why? Because you start out the game in a suit of powered armor and you can massacre literally everything. However, I have to say this. The power armor, while cool, makes no sense. Why does this exist? In the first game, the powered armor could be potentially plausible, but this piece of powered armor basically makes no sense in that the technology required to make this would thus make the clone troopers entirely superfluous. You wouldn't need clone troopers if you had something like this. Why? Because this suit of armor alone should revolutionize warfare for centuries. This thing is absolutely amazing. Who even knows what powers it? That should revolutionize the world in general. Also, it has self-repair abilities, and it can self-repair in a couple of seconds. That would revolutionize everything. Really, at this point, clone troopers are just absolutely pointless. Also, before the game actually starts up, you get a little bit of text that says you get dropped from orbit. When did this company have a space station? When did this extreme sci-fi stuff actually come into the game? Where's the horror in it? So basically, horror is dead. It's gone bye-bye. You're playing a full, straight, unadulterated sci-fi FPS. And you know what? It works quite well. When F.E.A.R tries to be sci-fi, it succeeds. When F.E.A.R tries to be horror, it fails miserably. There are still a few freakouts in the game, but they aren't really scary because they're not actually hurting you, but rather they're helping you. After one freakout, you get partially possessed by Paxton Fettel and now finally get to have bullet time, thus making the game excruciatingly easy and boring and repetitive. However, the game does actually have some really nicely designed levels, and it actually is much more entertaining than F.E.A.R 2 was. Also, apparently, the bloody clone troopers had more power armor than they ever had, because in this game, you fight their small suits of power armor quite a bit. In fact, the power armor has sort of suffered the conservation of ninjutsu in that they're barely stronger than the basic clone trooper, which is pretty sad because the original powered armor for the first game used to be great mini-bosses. Here, they're just, once again, obstacles in your way to victory. So do I recommend F.E.A.R 2 Reborn? Yes, I do. It's a lot more entertaining and compelling than the base F.E.A.R 2 game. And it does a great job being a sci-fi FPS. And there are far too few of those these days, to say the least. And so, this is John, signing off.